Hey, everybody. It's just me. I don't know where my cohort in crime is today, but it's just me today. I don't know where Joe is. I think he forgot, or he got lost, or he's got a major deal. Oh, wait, there he is. He just popped up out of nowhere.
Here I am.
I thought you forgot. I was like, oh my gosh, did he forget?
Oh, I did not forget, but I was in an appointment. It went way long. So
Oh, that's fine. I would have just done it by myself anyway.
I know, but I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna leave you out there like that.
That's all right. That's all right. So today we're going to be talking about why people should be amping up their content because there's
Yes.
numerous reasons. And one of the things that like really triggered me was I just recently had to get my CE hours for like how you have to get those for
Yep.
renewing your license. So I just did all that. And I was talking to a bunch of real estate agents there and they're all in panic mode. I mean, just wide-eyed panic mode. And they're like, I don't know what to do. I've been doing like, I don't know what to do. A lot of them don't know me, like in the
Right.
area, because I don't go around just like, I'm a YouTuber. I don't do that. But several people did. And they were like, you should take Christina's course. So they were really interested to know what, that what they should be doing as far as video content is concerned, because, they did a lot of them were doing Instagram and everything else, but they weren't getting a lot of phone calls from that.
Right.
So the thing is that we are in a lull of
Right.
inventory. There is no inventory, even in our little area of Baton Rouge. There's plenty of buyers, but they can't find anything that they want to purchase. And none of them are making them want to pull the trigger on any house because the interest rates are at 7%. So even if
Right.
they can find a house, it's just not quite what they wanted and they would rather wait it out.
Yep.
So that's like the story I'm hearing all
That's
over.
that's happening here too in Utah. Like same thing. Like
Right.
we have the the low entry level home prices are even with a payment, it's like $3,200, $3,600 a month. And so it doesn't make sense for, first time home buyers, and it just goes up from there. So same thing. And we have very, very limited inventory as well. So prices aren't dropping.
Right. So the other thing they were saying, this was really interesting to me, and this, as you as real estate agents probably just need to hear this. So one or two agents were telling me that they were working with somebody that had taken the forbearance twice, and then we're going to go and restructure their loan and everything, and they kept kind of like stalling, right? So by the time it got all said and done, they were foreclosed on. They were foreclosed on because they were so embarrassed to let anybody know that they were, in this financial situation. And
Yep.
if they had contacted them even 2 months earlier, they would have been able to save their house. Like they wouldn't have walked away with a ton of money, but they would be able to save the thing where it didn't ruin their credit.
Right.
So I'm like, as far as content is concerned, as we go into 2024, I think everybody should really start focusing and amping up their content strategy for the market that's coming ahead.
Right.
Everybody needs to be thinking about their YouTube videos for what the possible situation is going to be happening for the next year or two.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a perfect example. I've been talking about affordability since before 2019. And now everybody comes to me when it comes to affordable housing options and the discussion of affordability. The whole reason that I was even on national news was because I've been focused on only speaking about affordability because I saw the writing on the wall before it happened. This is your time to shine. And you can really do that if you start really focusing on what the future is bringing for the housing market. So that's what I want to throw out there.
Yeah. Yeah. You become expert at that. And one, you learn if you're interested in understanding of that, then you're going to learn more. and the more you learn, you can teach, and then your knowledge just goes even wider.
You are max headroom again. Yeah. Well, and another thing too that everybody needs to understand too is that for the first time YouTube has turned into the number one streaming service, right? And I mentioned this on other live streams with you, Joe, is that people are turning off the television. Like they're not watching TV like they used to. They're cutting the cable altogether. They're buying services, and then they're getting a lot of information from social media sites. And that's why YouTube is turned into the #1 streaming site. So let me just put it this way. If somebody starts watching any videos on MSNBC about the housing market or the housing market crash, they're going to be recommended on their homepage other videos that talk about that specific subject. This is, again, another time for you to shine and why you should be amping up your content, because as more and more people are cutting that cord, your videos are the most likely to going to be the ones that are on the top if you start talking about those national conversations that people are having on the national sites where they were watching that national program, but they want to hear from a real person, not some talking head that has no idea about the housing market. They want to hear from real estate agents. They want to hear boots on the ground stories. So this is another time that you can really amp up your storytelling and telling things about what's going on with your clients. Say you did work with one of those clients that, is going through that foreclosure process, and you can explain that all in a video and how that all works and, like how to avoid to go through the foreclosure process. You can explain all of those things in a video with a real life story. So I want everybody to really start amping up, because it's going to be super important this coming up year.
Yeah, how's my audio? Am I still max headroom?
You're totally max headroom.
I don't know what is going on. We have no clue. I'm just like I'm in a fishbowl. Hold on a second here.
It's so cool though. It's like hold on here. It's kind of cool, It's like a audio.
No, I don't like that. But how about now? Now it's just a fishbowl.
Yeah, I'd rather a fishbowl.
Okay, so here's the thing: is that I think a lot of people are wondering. Well, it is getting more scarce. There are a lot of people getting nervous. They haven't done a deal, or they don't have deals in the pipeline, or they don't have these types of things. So that means you have more time. And so if you have more time, then you should be making that content so that you can fill that pipeline up. And I think that's the biggest thing, is a lot of times as agents, we do the same thing that we've done before and it's always worked. Well, we're in a different market than we've ever been in before. We're in a market where people are locked in at a 3%, 4% interest rate, and they're not going to sell, which means we're going to have a very limited market unless the new construction can provide that gap, which even if they do, it's not going to be enough housing. So all that's going to do is create more of a problem. If interest rates do dip a little bit, it's going to create a massive problem for the limited inventory that we already have, and we'll have a 2021 all over again, and it will just create even less problems. So if you want to get ahead of that and you want to stay in this industry, you need to be relevant. And part of being relevant is making content that fits with what's going on, because people are very curious about what to do. They don't know, should I stay in the stock market? It's volatile. Should I do real estate? It seems like it's volatile right now too. Like, so when you act as an expert and you use your years of experience and you put that into long form content and put it on YouTube, and if you tag it right with the right title, the right thumbnail, with the right content, people are going to watch it. And just like Christina's talking about, it will get served up to that viewer that is searching for that answer that you have created the content to help them. And so that's really what we're trying to say is, look, you're gonna have more time to create the content, because maybe the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you didn't have time to do it because you were so busy working in the business. But now you can work on your business by creating that content.
Well, I know that a lot of times, because it was so busy last few years, people kind of rested on their laurels. They were like, oh yeah, what? All I do is just pick up my phone. It rings off the hook. I've got buyers lined up for years. I got nothing to worry about. Yep. And then all of a sudden now it's caught up to them. But I've always maintained from the very beginning of real estate is that you're a marketer first, and then you're a real estate agent. In order to be a very successful real estate agent, you have to be a good marketer. Think about anybody in your board, right? Anybody in your board. The one that is on top is the one that you see everywhere. that honestly connects with everybody. And the reason why is because they have really good marketing and they get their name out there. This is a perfect
Absolutely.
opportunity because YouTube is free. I mean, anybody that's watching this channel already knows, like the free part is your time.
Right.
But if you dedicate your time to this is a heck of a lot better and easier to do, in my opinion, than filling out tons of freaking postcards where, what I do with postcards is I throw them straight in the trash. And I
Right.
know it works, but it takes years. You do one video, one that hits the right audience, and you have multiple leads and closing clients, because people that are calling you from YouTube are not the same people that are calling you from a postcard. They've already feel like they have a relationship with you. So that's why it's so imperative that right now is the time you get a good content strategy and really start amping up your content.
I agree 100%. That's the best thing that you can do. And after the video's done, it can continually work for you. After the postcard's thrown in the trash, it's gone. Like it doesn't happen again. Unless you send out another one. And I think the other thing that is doing YouTube now and filming and editing and all that stuff is so much easier than it's ever been. So with your phone, you could have a very successful channel. You don't have to have all this high-tech equipment and all of these things to have a successful YouTube channel. I think a lot of people get hung up on, I got to have the nicest camera, I got to have the best lights, the best microphone, all these things. No, people are there because they want to learn. They're there to get educated on the topic that you can share with them. And they're not going to be bothered if it's in 1080p instead of 4K or whatever. But even the phones now shoot in 4K. So it's not like that can't even be the excuse.
Right. And another thing too is I know this for myself. One of the best ways, if you're not like, I don't want to edit videos, I don't want to do that. And I say, well, go live. They're like, well, nobody will show up. It only takes one. Because I mean, when I first started, like I had a puny channel and I had 4 people that showed up, and 2 of them were my parents, and my dad had it on in 2 different computers. So there's only 2 people out there. But slowly but surely, those live streams do pick up, and nothing makes a person feel important like putting their comment and their question on the screen and you answering it. And, I know that it takes time to think about all the things that you want to talk about on a live stream. So just pull up recent articles and then talk about how those articles are either true or not true, and how that reflects to your specific market in your area. And people will listen. They will listen. And if you just decide to do that whole entire live stream and that's your only source, you're going to continue doing this, blah, 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 strip off that live stream audio and put it as a podcast. And then that way you have 2 ways of getting your voice and your name out there. And I guarantee the people that connect with you are going to be more likely to close than anybody else that you've done with any other marketing. I was actually talking to somebody and she was like, well, the thing is that my business card is different. So I make it a magnet. And that's how, like I really stay connected with people. And I'm like, so you give them a magnet and you think that they're going to go home and put it on their refrigerator? I don't know about you, but many refrigerators, the magnets don't stick.
Yeah.
they're stainless steel, and like other people are like, sure, that could possibly be work. But again, it's still a stagnant picture that they're just staring at. You're just a face. You're no different than somebody, on a,
Yeah, and you're really like they think okay, if it's on the fridge, every time you go to the fridge, you're gonna see them. But the thing is that you're not really adding any value. It's about it's reverse. It's like, well, I'm the agent, here's my number. Rather than if you're on YouTube and you're teaching someone something, you're giving value first, and that's why they want to work with you, because they're like, I appreciate you. Thank you for explaining this process that of forbearance and how you can avoid getting foreclosed on, and without getting your credit destroyed, or whatever it is, like that you're expert at. If you'll continually to make the content for that, like that's what people care about. Is they don't in the beginning, they don't care who your name is and what your phone number. They don't even remember you until you create an impression. But when you give someone value, they're going to be like, you know what, I need to save that because I've got to go back. I want to learn more about this. It's just totally different than like any kind of print media. You just can't offer the same value. It's a totally different medium where This is where they can consume something more, where the other is just like blatantly, I'm in your face. Here I am. My arms are folded and I've got this smile. Like I'm the agent for you, you know? And we all do, like, we all did that. I mean, I definitely had pictures where I'm like, all like, you know, and all this
Well,
crap.
that's because that's what we were told to do.
Right.
We were
Right.
told to do that. And then when I got into marketing, they said the funniest people that cracked them up on billboards, because I went to a marketing class that had nothing to do with real estate, but they said the worst marketing ever comes from real estate agents and attorneys, because they do this, and nothing's more uninviting than crossing your arms over your chest, because you look already pissed off. No matter how much you put a smile on your face, it looks like you're guarding
You've
yourself.
already put your guard up. Yeah.
You already put your guard up. And I was like, I never knew that. Like, I mean, like all these little things make a difference in people's subconscious. But another thing to put in perspective when you're making this content is to think about the person you're making content for. Think about their things that they're scared of right now when it comes to the real estate market, and answer those fears immediately.
Right.
Once you answer those fears that they have about the market, like if they think about your buyer who is a luxury buyer, you know, what are their fears right now with the housing market? Address all of those in a video, and then you tell them who you are and how to find you. Most likely those people are going to call you because they are like, oh, they're talking specifically about what I need right now. So.
Exactly. You're hitting their pain point. You're giving them information. You're providing value, and that's what then creates them to go, man, I really should do it. And then if you follow up, just like what you're saying, with a good call to action for them to figure out how to get a hold of you, it's simple. And really, what's amazing is it's no different than if you're talking to a client. You just put your phone there, you film, and you teach them just like what you would do, and you can upload that on there to YouTube. And you know, as people discover you, and you get better at it too. Like when you mentioned like starting a live stream and nobody's watching, it's probably good that nobody's watching, because you can get through all of your mistakes and all of that stuff. Or maybe it's your mom and your dad or whatever. But then as you're consistent and as you get better at it, then your reach goes more and more people get it. And it's like, oh, you're a natural. You've been doing this because you got comfortable at it and you got better at it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, now that we've gone on our rant, I know that we have 5 people that want, I think it's 5, or is it 5 or 6?
Yeah, we got 5. Yep.
Is Rebecca's in there?
No, but we could put her in there. Give me one second.
You know, the thing is, I think what happens, we got to figure this out, because I think what happens is that if you've had it done once before, for some reason, it's not coming in again.
Yeah, it just...
Yeah, she got a thing saying, oh, congratulations. She got an email that let her know that it was in, but we're not seeing it.
I'll put it on here again. Oh, yeah, it shows that she did it like 3 weeks ago, but for whatever reason, it didn't show up. So give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, like she showed me today that she actually did it. She filled it out again. So anyway.
Oh, you know what? Okay, we can talk about, I think, the workflow on it. There you go. Hers is the last one.
Okay. So the first one was the one that was like, I think it was brought in right after we went live last week. Is that Alexander's?
There might not be an order.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to.
We're just going to do them.
I'm just going to do them. They may not be in order the time that you did it. All right. We're looking at Alex Brandu. Does that sound right?
That sounds right.
Alex Brandu. Oh, look at his little bow tie. Oh, he's cute. I love it. All right. Alexander has 94 subscribers. He's out in Nashville. Meet your friend in Nashville. Alex. He looks friendly there.
Yeah.
All right. This is his homepage. I would organize your homepage a little bit, my friend, with some playlists and stuff. What do you say?
Yeah, same thing. Are we doing a whole, what are we focusing on with this channel?
Let's just give him some general tips. Let's start with his banner.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't hate the banner. I think that he's got 2 different pictures there. I would get rid of the subscribe and watch videos, because it's YouTube and they're there to watch videos. So there's not really if it doesn't seem like there's a really big call to action or a value proposition. He's saying, here's who I am. real estate tips, business ideas, and lifestyle. I would probably have that big is real estate tips. And I would probably try to stick with real estate tips and not have lifestyle and some of these other things. You're going to confuse your audience. If you're a real estate agent, make content about real estate.
Right. If you're wanting to sell real estate, focus it around real estate, unless you're trying to build a business for business ideas,
Right.
And I don't know. I agree. Yeah. Figure out your value proposition for the person you're making content for. Right. So, if you have something more to offer than just real estate tips, figure out what that value proposition is and express it on that banner so they know what they're getting from your content. And then I would move your picture over to the right and make that the focus instead of your face.
Yeah.
And I would even take off connect with Alex because they're watching your videos, so they're already connecting. That would be and I agree with you on the subscribe thing. There's no reason to have that over there because if they're on this part of your channel, they see a big giant white subscribe button right here. So,
you can't miss it.
You can't miss it. So like if they click on this thing, that isn't going to get them to subscribe if they click on it, it's not a magic button. So, all right. So this is your homepage. I do like your profile picture. I do want to put that out there. Yep. Your channel name is perfectly fine. Absolutely perfectly fine. I know that there's a rule or a school of thought that if you have it moving to or living in or lifestyles of, like that doesn't make any difference. It's the content you make. That isn't going to give you any extra Google juice to name it those things. I heard Joe and I like to joke about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because somebody says Google juice, that's not a thing. All right. So whenever you're doing your channel, Alex, I want to tell you that you go to your channel and you'll have a little button that says over here that says customize your channel. And that's when you can start putting some playlists that you've created on this front page. So that way it will be easier for people to see some of your top performing videos and see a little bit more of what you're about.
Right.
All right. Before we jump any further, let's go into his about section. All right. Meet your friend in Nashville, Alex. Stay tuned for trending things to do, even if you're not into music. The best suburbs and explore local news, real estate knowledge. We're excited to be your local influence and expert on all things Nashville. And even in that first paragraph, it's like, it isn't even, I don't know. It's
just a mix of like all different types of stuff instead of like it being real estate related.
Right. So this is very focused on the creator, Alex. I would make this description more focused on the person watching. You're giving them a description to make them want to stay and watch more of your content because they're getting to know you and all you're doing is providing them, this is who I am. Look at me. Instead of being a pick me, show them how you can help them. And I would do that in the description as well.
Yep. I concur. And the second paragraph's the same thing. It's all about him. And the same thing with the last one. So you really want to flip that around and do it as from the point of view of your viewer. Like
customer focused.
What can you offer?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm assuming this just goes to your about Alex thing. It looks like it's about you. I would focus this link that you're going to put here to some kind of landing page so they could like book appointment with you. Yep. So some kind of Calendly, some kind of referral form, something like that. So that way, when they do click off of here, it's for a reason that you need, which is you want them to
book a call with you. Get them, you want to lead.
You want to lead. So what do you think about the links at the bottom here?
I get rid of them.
Why do you want to do that, Joe?
Because you're taking away from everything in YouTube. You've worked so hard to get them there, and now you're going to send them somewhere else. You want to keep them on your channel and in your area. And any leak any link except for a link to book a call, that's the only reason you would want them to leave, is to book a call with you. So if it's going, unless you have like a gazillion followers on, Facebook or Instagram, there's no reason to put those links in there.
Exactly. And like I always say, unless you have a mega audience, I'm talking like 350,000 people that are super active on your account, not 350,000 of people that never comment on your posts.
Right.
I'm talking like a massive community on those other social media sites. Don't put them there. Don't put them there. Just put them to some kind of like action that you want them to do, which is call you.
Yep.
All right. We're going to do a little, it looks like he's doing shorts. Oh, yeah. And he's got some longer videos.
Yeah. It's kind of a like a mix of both.
Let me see something real quick. I would suggest, Alexander, is to come up with a content strategy for your channel. Are you a listing channel? Are you a luxury channel? What are you really? Because right now you have a kind of a spaghetti against the wall method of videos right now. It looks like you have some market reports, then some walkthroughs, and then base 2023. You're all over the place. What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. You need to come up with a strategy and find a niche that you want to work with, and then make content for that specific niche. You've got a lot of videos on there, but there's no consistency really of anything. And so that would be the first thing, is come up with your strategy, and then really, really work on like compelling titles and thumbnails. I think you're working on the thumbnails. You're trying to do that. But like, if you read, like, for example, luxury market update, that it's not a juicy title. That's not something that I'm going to really want to click on. And so, and it looks like you're kind of like going through a transformation of like what your thumbnails were, and you're just kind of adjusting them. But you need a strategy of what's the content that you're going to make, and then stick to it, because like you're not getting really many views on any of this, because one of the things that we teach in our course is, once you understand how to reach an audience and you make consistent information, then this is not predicated on search results. It's predicated on the YouTube algorithm pushing your content to the people. So they're not even searching for you, because the AI knows what the viewer wants, and it'll serve it up to them. And that's what we want to teach. And that's what you really should, that's why you need to focus, because Christina said, oh, it's a spaghetti against the wall thing. So it doesn't know who to send it to, because there's so many different things on there.
I already know what his niche is. He really wants to speak to that luxury home buyer.
Right.
So he needs to tailor his content around that luxury home buyer.
So if he's going to tailor the content around that luxury buyer, he needs to start to look at what channels are doing well, that have, like, are they luxury tours? Are they, what are they talking about that does that? And then you analyze and adjust those. But if that's what he really wants to do, then that's the strategy moving forward.
And that's how you can amp up your content, Alex. I hope you enjoyed your little review here. We have several others, so we're going to move on to the next one, if you don't mind there, Joe.
Yep, let's do it.
All right, we have Myrtle Beach lifestyle. Are you seeing that?
Yep, I'm seeing it.
Living in Myrtle Beach is the banner here. What do you want to say?
Well, the first thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that you get your channel art to fit the right size. It's just cut off, and it's not made for the actual size of the banner. And there's templates out there where you can actually create it so that it fits there, because this is going to look different on a computer than on a phone than on a TV. And so you want to
shocked, by the way. I'm sorry to interrupt. You'll
No,
be
you're
shocked how many people now watch on television over their cell phones.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm shocked. My numbers for television have skyrocketed in the past year of how many people are watching YouTube on their TVs.
Yep.
So you want that banner to go all the way across and fit in that TV. You can look up templates online, by the way, if you haven't figured it out. There's templates online that show you exactly the dimensions that you need and where you need to put the images so it will fit on television correctly.
Yeah, I think that I like the photo. I think the photo is pretty. It just needs to be bigger. Living in Myrtle Beach is a little hard to read. I don't know the font. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily use that font. And his picture's good. He's not, I mean, he's folding his arms, but
I know. I was laughing about that. I'm like, oh, it's got the protection look.
But
I would tell him to stop doing that.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have to necessarily retake the photo. You just crop it.
Yeah, you just stretch it out.
Higher.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I've done that many times. You just stretch it out, and you don't have to take new pictures. But yeah, I mean, his face is nice, and it's a good suit, and yeah, he looks good. Good profile picture. I'd stretch it out again.
Yeah, so if you covered it, so most of it was just like from the shoulders and you're like here, like a headshot, because that profile is so small, it actually will look better than because you'll look small, you know.
Yeah. Again, I would make this some kind of value proposition to the viewer. Okay,
exactly.
they had a little spiky spike here. Like, look here, they had in one day they got 1,500 views.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see
what video it was.
Oh, yeah, look at here. It wasn't this one. It wasn't this one. Maybe this one?
Could be.
Yeah.
Is that Myrtle? Maybe is that 212? That one looks like it had 8,200 views.
Yeah, but that was over a month ago.
Oh,
maybe it popped at that time.
Yeah.
Let me do one more thing. I want to check it to see if he's doing shorts. It could have been a short too. No, definitely wasn't a short. It was not a short. Okay.
So it's probably between those two videos.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's one quick thing. I want to look at his about section. Welcome to my YouTube channel, your ultimate source for all things real estate in stunning Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Are you looking for the latest updates in the Myrtle Beach real estate market? Or perhaps you're considering making a beautiful coastal paradise, your new home, and you need expert advice and tips? Look no further. My channel, instead of saying my channel, put this channel. Yeah. This is actually not a bad description.
No.
I don't hate it. Instead of making it
mine. I probably would switch it though and change. Are you local looking for the latest updates? I would swap that from welcome.
Yep. I concur. Yep. I was going to say the same thing. You're a smart dude. You know what though? I mean, he started in 2021 and he already 63,000 views.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. Good show. All right. I want to see what his most popular are. All right. 5 months ago. Check that out. He's got a listing video.
So his tour videos are doing well.
If you have success with doing tour videos, and I would lean into this. This is what I would amp up for 2024. Make your channel about touring the houses because you already have an audience that likes those from your channel. That's what I would say. Would you agree? I
would agree. And so then I would go in a step further and start to look at other channels that offer touring and see what patterns you could find to copy and emulate with your listings or with your tours that will help even generate even more views than what you're getting.
And I would study how long are those videos? What kind of images are they using in those videos? Are they using drone shots or are they not? Is it just a simple, phone camera type of video? Or is it, like what are they doing in those videos and emulate them on your channel? I already know the answer to this, but I can guarantee you that videos over 3 minutes when it comes to property tours do a heck of a lot better than the ones that are just 3 minutes. Even though you had really good success at 14,000 views in 5 months on that one video, I bet you if you had that 10, even 15 minutes long where you actually walk through the entire house, I bet you would have even done better. That's just my opinion. That is just my opinion.
And even if it is the entire house, you sped through it. So they're wanting to see like you opening closet doors. They're wanting to see like they're like a real, like as if you were the showing agent, you know, walking through the house.
Yep. One more thing I want to go before we get to the next channel is if you're going to do videos like this with these kinds of thumbnails, don't use so many words on your thumbnail. You've repeated the title of the video on the thumbnail itself. That's not necessary. You would have really done a lot better. First of all, I would take off this homes consulting thing. No one can see that. No, I mean,
it's too
I'm
small.
on a computer. I'm on a computer with a huge screen, and I know what it is because I know recognize the brand, but most people aren't going to recognize that or read it. Take it off. I would have just put that arrow with the 9.9% up with the house in the background and you right there in the corner. That would have been better than putting all the words on there.
I agree.
Do you ever not agree?
Sometimes. But then I'm usually wrong.
Sometimes you don't think I'm wrong.
I said it, and then I'm wrong.
All right, here we go. We got Marcel Martin. Come on down. Marcel, I have to tell you, because I mean, not that you'll ever care, but I'm going to tell you one of my favorite cats that I own. His name is Marcel. He is the best cat I have. All right, let's talk about his channel banner. You go first, Joe.
Okay, you got to share it because I can't see it.
Oh, I thought I hit the button. I didn't hit the button. Why is it not sharing? It went off. I'm so sorry.
Oh, see?
There he is.
There it is.
Marcel.
Okay.
I'm such a dork.
You want me to go?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, there's a lot going on this banner. There's a lot. I would simplify it as much as possible. You got, if you're in Cape Coral and Miami, like do a beautiful backdrop picture of that. You can still be in there in the picture, but the subscribe button, your logo, you don't need all that stuff.
Right. To me, this is like an ego dump. You have put your name on here 3 times, honestly, but you're there for the clients. So I would, I know that you want to let everybody know what your name is, but your channel name is that. To me, if it was my banner, you see this image on the background that you have, it's really stunning. I would have filled that whole entire banner up with that image. The book a call thing, I don't know if you know this, and this has been just in the last month and a half. They took the little buttons that were here on the banner off. So even the subscribe and book a free call, I would leave that book the call there. That makes sense, right? But take the subscribe off because there's no buttons here anymore. I would take your name off of there. I take your name off of here. I take off this right here, and I'd move the buying, selling, investing, relocating straight in the center because that's what you're offering the people that are watching your videos. Yeah,
I agree. And it will look so much better with that image because of just how stunning that area is.
All those colors and everything.
Even saturating it a little bit more will even make it pop. A little bit of some artificial saturation on the coloring.
I concur. Well, I already see something right here that makes me very happy. So let's go to his about section really quick. By the way, your profile picture is perfect.
Yep, looks great.
Yep, perfection. Oh, look, he even has his folded arms crossed too, by the way. Yep, here we go. All right. Marcel Martin is a Miami-based realtor, Cuban-born, and having lived in Miami since the age of 6. Marcel has extensive knowledge in Miami. All right, what do you want to say?
Yeah, it's again just kind of the same thing. It's more about you. You're talking about you instead of buying, selling, investing. Go back to the customer. What are they there for? What are they gonna get by following you?
Right. The description should be, what is the videos? What are they going to get from your channel? Not about you. If you wanted to move that to the second paragraph for them to know a little bit more about you, but at the beginning should always be about the customer first, you're second, if not last. I put myself last on everything.
Yep.
On my videos, nobody even knows my name until the very, very end. So I love this though. Like,
it's great.
Yeah, his first link is to Calendly. I love that. Yep. But I would take all these other websites off, every single one of them. Every single one.
Yeah, you definitely really all you need is the book a call.
Yep. And I realize that you want people to realize, I know what you're doing, because I've been to real estate marketing class and they're like, you want to be everywhere. You want to let everybody know that they can find you on every social media site. But most likely, like people that watch TikTok are not on Facebook. The people that are on Snapchat are not on Instagram. The people they don't cross over. So don't bring them over. Just like they're there because that's where they're at.
And if you really want to get down to, if you do a Zillow link and then all of a sudden now you're opening it up for them to bounce off to another listing to go to another agent.
Concur. Yep. That's smart. You're so smart. All right. Let's take a look-see here. Holy thumbnail. All right. Well, I will say they're eye-catching. I'll start there.
They're just so busy.
Yes.
There's just too much going on. And I understand you're trying to get them to understand what your video is about, but a really good thumbnail is going to be less words, and looking at it, you're going to be able to know what the video is about. The goal of the thumbnail is to give the idea, or to give like a very quick few seconds glance, and if they look at it, they should know what the thumbnail is about, and without text, or very little text if you are going to use text. So they're just, I get it that the outline was a thing, and then like all the colors and all of these things, and you're trying to pop and stand out, but really all that's going to do is it doesn't do you any good. It's annoying.
It's distracting. It is distracting. But like the thing is that we talk about this often, and he just may be new to this, but for the homes for sale, never do red font. Like, honest to God, just never do it. It never works out. It's very difficult for the eye to read is red font. And you would think the opposite, because red, it gets your attention. But if the thumbnail was red and the font was white, that would work.
Right.
But red font, 99.9%.
Or if you're using a for sale sign,
right,
then then it makes sense. But like the thing you got to remember is that it's real, and it's got clouds and a palm tree that you're kind of reading between, and so it makes it really hard to see. You want the thumbnail to be simple, and you want them to get the idea immediately. Mm-hmm. And then it follows up with a really good title. So then now they're really compelled to go, man, I want to know what this video is about. That's the whole strategy. And so you want clickable thumbnails, and you want titles that grab attention and that are juicy, and they just creates that curiosity where someone has to click on that because they want to know what your video is about.
Yep. One more thing is that anytime you do listing tours, everybody that I've ever known, that I've ever studied, that has the most success on YouTube, very rarely has their personal image in the thumbnail.
It's usually just the house and the price.
Right. Unless you have, there's one guy that I've seen who has done apartment tours, and he'll show the inside of the apartment. And he's usually sitting on a couch or something, but he is very tiny. He's very tiny when he's inside. Another thing, if you're going to not do tours, is that if you're going to put your face on it, make sure it takes up at least 1/3 of the thumbnail. And I'm not saying make it 1/3 where you're standing up, where your feet are at the bottom and your head's at the top, and you look like a little person, like a little paper doll. I'm telling you to stretch it out where mostly it's your face, just your noggin,
Yeah.
1/3 of the thumbnail, and then the rest of the imagery reflect the title of the thumbnail. I mean, of the video.
Yep.
I hope you enjoyed our advice today. We're not picking on y'all, I swear to God. It's just we've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, and the thing is just a couple little tweaks, and they'll look so much better. And a lot of it is understanding, like, the type of, like, it's really just doing research and seeing, okay, what thumbnails are grabbing attention, and they don't have to be real estate related. It's what thumbnails are grabbing attention, and what are the things that I can learn from that. That's really what we're talking about, is really just understanding, when you first start designing anything in graphics, the whole idea is, oh, I got to shove everything in there so I cater to everyone and they understand and can read all of it. And then as you get going, you realize less is actually more.
Yeah, make it as simple as a kindergartner, can understand it. Yep. I've learned that myself. If you look back at my old thumbnails, they're so tragic. So bad. So bad. Now, I have to tell you, because I got a sneak peek, wait until you see this banner. It's literally almost perfect. Ta-da!
Wow.
I know. Literally almost perfect. Do you know what I changed, Joe? What do you think I'd change?
You probably change new videos every Tuesday.
Bingo! Ding, 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 ding. Yep. Everything else is literally perfect. The imagery of that beautiful house in the background, him just like, hey, how's it going? With all the blue sky. I love it. What do you say?
Yeah, I like it. I definitely, I think he could get moved up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, it looks really good.
Yeah.
I like the house. It's very striking.
Uh-huh. Could you live there?
I could.
Do they have houses like that in Utah?
Uh-huh.
They do?
Yeah.
That in Louisiana, man, they have these type of houses.
There in some parts of southern Utah they have. Well, I guess northern Utah they would too, but yeah, there's some not too far from my neighborhood that are like that.
His profile picture, I think, needs to come down a bit. It's cutting off the middle of his forehead.
Yep. Just a quick drag and move it over a little bit.
Yeah, drag it down and move it over. Yep. And maybe like darken the background so it will stand out just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, but it's not bad. I'm liking it. Let's look at his about section. Because normally we're really love to talk about people's banners, but we got nothing to say.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, here we go. As a parent and a real estate professional, my knowledge of Charlotte, its prestigious neighborhoods and surrounding area is second to none. I sold my successful New York medical practice to move to Charlotte okay, Joe, you go first.
Okay, so again, you could rewrite that to say the same thing, but it would be more on, I help people, in this prestigious area of, Charlotte. Like, again, you want to write it as not you. It's about you. It's about
them. Remove I and me out of the whole entire thing. Like, figure out how to redo that and remove I and me and then make it you and about you.
And it can be done really easy, because all you have to do is copy and paste it into ChatGPT and say that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you copy that whole entire paragraph, go over to ChatGPT and say to ChatGPT, it's a prompt, please rewrite this to make this sound more customer focused instead of about I and me, taking out I and me, and then paste it, and then watch what ChatGPT does. Boom, done.
Yep. Copy paste. That's
Copy paste. I love me some ChatGPT. All right. Your links. We're going to say this. We're going to keep hammering it in. All your links here are nice links. I'm sure you have quite an audience on these things, but you really want them to do is call you. So just have it go to a landing page where you collect their information.
Yep. You don't want them to go anywhere else.
Nowhere else. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Let's see okay. All right. So this is a perfect opportunity. We don't talk about this very often.
The community channel.
The community tab on your channel. It's really a great way to interact with your audience. And people love answering quizzes. They love looking at like weird pictures of houses. They love, I mean, if you were just to show a really cool kitchen in there, just some photographs and ask the audience, what do you think of this kitchen? That kind of thing. They love that stuff. And believe it or not, that literally does bring more people to your channel that may have never seen a video of yours. I'm so thankful now because this is new. YouTube never used to give you any analytics to what your posts would do. So I would get like thousands of views on my posts that I did on my community page, but I didn't know if it was doing any harm or good. I just was like, can't hurt. I'll just throw it out there. Mm-hmm. But now I can see how many subscribers came from a post. Now I can see all those analytics now. So this is an opportunity to build an audience that may have never seen you before by doing something so simple. Literally takes 10 seconds of your time to start putting in stuff in your community post.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I want to see if he's doing shorts. He is doing shorts. His shorts do better.
Yeah.
And look, they're all listing tours. Maybe you're a listing dude. You should be touring. That's what you should be doing. You're a listing tour guy. Let's look at his videos. I kind of don't hate his thumbnails.
Yeah, they're simple.
Yep. I love this one in the middle.
Yeah. The thumbnails actually aren't bad at all. I think it's his titles that really could use a little bit of
tweaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If this is a property tour, I'm assuming that's a property tour. Yeah, that's what I would do. Is if it's a property tour, that's what I would have done is make it a little bit longer and just shown the property instead of your face. The property and then the 1.8 million on the top of the skyline of behind the roof line of the house. Yep. Yes. Yep. Yeah, I would work on that a little bit. Yep. Because you're doing that in all of these. You're instead of saying new home, new construction or whatever, I would, put the house, put the number behind it and take yourself off of there.
Yeah, definitely test it and see, because you've done a bunch with you on them, maybe take it off and try that without and see if you get better results from it.
This is so funny. I love this one.
The closing act. Yep.
He's like kind of like he's a big giant person. These are great. I mean, I like them, but I know that that's not what people click on. I like them. This cracks me up. This is awesome. Ooh. I might actually steal this idea for a thumbnail in the future,
Yeah, it's a good idea. I do like his gradient. I think that's kind of cool. And it's easy to read with the font that he has. So.
Yeah, these are look, this cracks me up how big he is. That's awesome. I'm stealing that. Look at this one. These are so funny. I love them. But I know I love them. That's not what people click on. It's genius, honestly. This is classic right here. Like he's like Godzilla. Wow. Good times. All right, we're gonna go to the next person. We're going to the next person. All right, share this tab. Do you see this guy? Learn everything about living in Jacksonville, Florida. I love Jacksonville. All right, living in Jacksonville, Florida, Artie Cox. I wonder if you're related to the Cox communication family. Be interesting. He has 640 subscribers. He has 128 videos. All right, I'm going to go to this about section because it looks like from the first sentence, it's like, are you wondering what it's like to live in Jacksonville, Florida and the surrounding areas? Well, this is the channel you need. Boom.
Yeah.
Artie's got it down. Look, he immediately focus on the people that you're trying to attract. Genius. Yeah.
Draws them right in.
Draw them right in. Good show right here. Contact information. I don't hate that. Good stuff. I would take out this Bitly thing. Do you know, I'm going to tell you the truth. Like YouTube doesn't like Bitly links. They don't like it.
Any short URLs that they do.
They used to do Google short links, which I loved, and they stopped doing it. And I was so mad. I had to change all my content because I had all the Google short links. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
And then they stopped
And
doing
you had to put the real long link back.
Yep. So again, the same thing we've told everybody is take all these other websites out of here, just bring them to some kind of landing page where you capture their information. But so far, so good. All right, let's talk about his channel banner. We kind of skipped over that. Go ahead. You say.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I actually like the Jacksonville, Florida, and how he's kind of in front of it. And I like the skyline. I think that's awesome. I would just get rid of the subscribe and notification bell and the new videos every week.
I concur. Very good. Yep. All right, let's look at his homepage to see if he's got it organized. Oh, look, he even has a
channel trailer.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a full channel trailer or if it's just his top. It looks like a top performing
Maybe
video.
top performing, yeah.
Good call. All right. Not much going on as a front page, but not bad. Good stuff. Okay. Let's look at Artie's thumbnail. You go first, buddy.
So they're really colorful, which is awesome. But they're a little like they're not simple, and there's a lot of words.
Very busy.
It's super busy. So if you're gonna like, for example, let's just use the FAR 3 reasons why Florida is on the rise by 2024.
Too many words.
There's too many words. If you're gonna have your face on there, or move yourself over so that you're hugging more of that third of that side of the thumbnail.
Yep. Break your thumbnails in thirds. Yep. Just put a little line right on there. A lot of your thumbnail editors will give you like a graph that you just lay over top that, so you can see exactly where everything is, so it lines up. That's what I would do, because you're kind of too towards the middle. So I'd almost move you almost all the way to the left, and I would take off all of those words, every single one of them, and then I would be like,
I would even just have like a graph, like I would have like the state of Florida outlined on there, and like some arrow with like red or something that's like showing, like, so that you're showing like maybe the dollar sign or something, but super simple, and then it's like going through the roof or something like that.
Right. But the imagery in the background is of a house, and he's talking about affordability. But when I see that house in the background,
that doesn't look like an affordable house.
I don't care like what market, even if we were in the midst of the 2008 crash, that house would still not be considered affordable. So I would think about your imagery that way too, right? So your image should be of a house that would typically people would think as affordable. So I'd move you to the left. I would have a sign that says like the for sale sign with the rider on the top that says reduced, and have an affordable looking home in the background.
Yeah. So. And you would know what you're talking about with that, because you do affordable housing.
I might have a little
might have a little knowledge on that.
Little insight on that. So
that's a really good tip right there, Artie.
Yeah. Yeah, but other than that, you're on your way. Some small tweaks. You're gonna have some big peaks.
Yep.
One more thing too before we go to the next one. Your profile picture, pull it down a bit, because again, just like the other guy, it cuts your head off. But I love the background with the beige with the blue shirt and everything. So if you just pull down your image just a little bit, you're good. You're golden. You're a golden goose. Do you concur, Joe Eves?
I concur. I think but you know what? Like, there's just a few little teeny things that if they'll tweak them, like this is a good channel.
Yeah. Yep. He's on his way. He just needs a little direction, just a little bit. Yep. Here we go. All right. Here we are. Rebecca Eka. Hi, Becca Heiny Ho. I do it every time. And I swear she just doesn't have enough children. She just
Oh
needs to
man.
add more to the bunch. It's missing some kids. Anyways, I do like her.
Okay. We've done a review for her before, correct?
Yes, yes. But I'm going to tell you, Rebecca, go ahead and take off this subscribe thing. You don't need it anymore. Like there's no button here on the banners. So just take it off. 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 Take it off.
I like everything else though.
Yep. Except for she doesn't have more children.
I like the little kid, the little baby crying.
They're crying. That's what, like, it's so perfect, right? Because her branding says real mom.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can't get any more real than this. You cannot get everybody on the same page with smiling.
Yeah.
You know, when you take family pictures. And even this
like she's just dying inside right now. Just like, please take the picture.
Yeah. This one that her husband's holding, it looks like she's ready to pop it too any moment. It's perfect. Great marketing. I love it. All right, she does have her focus video right here. It looks like a top performer. And you know what? She always has really good thumbnails. For her, and she knows this, is that I would work on a strategy for your channel.
Yeah.
You have the thumbnails down. You are close with the titles, very, very close. You just need that final.
She's got all of the ingredients for the right recipe. It's just
she's been putting them in the bowl wrong.
Yeah, you just need to put them in a little bit different, and understand what niche you want to go after. Because just looking at the thumbnails, there's like three different niches that she could hit from that. Right. You've got luxury, you've got home tour, you've got area locations. So, and then relocation. So there's a lot of different niches inside that one channel. And that's really like that's most likely like the biggest thing is you get something that gets a little traction, and then you change and do something totally different on the next video, and then it doesn't do as well.
It doesn't align. It does not align. But I have to show you this because this made me laugh.
She's like a giant now too.
Yeah, I'm doing this. This is seriously cracking me up. I love these. I love these. Oh, look, it actually did really well too. 2,400. Yep. Yeah. It's the content strategy. And I think everybody should be taking a good look at her because she'll be working on her content strategy this year, because the little birdie told me that she might be signing up for our Coursey course.
I've heard the same thing.
Yeah. I'm really excited. And like, if you guys didn't know who's watching, all 8 of you, I'm just going to let you know right now that we are open for business. You guys can sign up for our course. We have 3 different levels that you can choose from. If you're a newbie, there's a choice for you. If you want to do it on your own, there's a choice for you. And if you want one-on-one coaching, there's a choice for you on that too. And it's all flat rate. There's no like monthly fee. It's no reoccurring fees. But all you have to do is go to realestatevideogeeks.com and you'll see us. You'll see what we have to offer. And honestly, we have a lot more to offer in the course than we have been giving you for free here on the channel. What do you have to say, Joe?
Yeah, I think that like if you're really wanting to grow in this market and really take some market share, now's the time to do it, because you're going to have the time. And if you're reallocating, your budget, or you're frustrated because you've been spending and you're not getting the returns that you want, it's time to kind of invest in yourself. And YouTube is the future of, Christina's a perfect example of getting leads and working those referrals and doing all those things to where you don't have to go out and actually sell houses every single day. You can pick and choose. And with the strategies that we teach you, there's a lot more to it than I think most real estate agents. I would say that the agents that come onto our course are blown away at the different monetization strategies that they can get. It's not, everyone thinks it's, I just want to get,
close deals.
I want to close a deal. I just want to get a lead and I want to close it. And they're leaving so much other opportunity on the table. And so
There's all those little tiny checks that I get from other types of marketing I do within my videos make such a big difference. During the pandemic, I could have just lived off affiliate checks. Like
yeah.
my whole family could have just lived off affiliate checks and sponsorship checks.
Yeah, and that's and you were at your house, couldn't go anywhere, and you made videos.
Yeah.
So like that's like the best thing. So like we're like that's kind of what like what I'm saying is right now as agents we've been busy, we've had a lot of things going on, and now people are like, oh, I've got some time. This is the time to, if you've ever thought about like joining or wanting to do something and really grow your business to the next level, then this course that we offer is for you. If you're willing to put in the work, it's not easy. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's something that you're going to have to put some work into and be consistent. But if you do, then the sky's the limit on what you can make. Someone's like, I concur.
I concur. We know them. We know them too.
Yes.
We do know those too. But this was a good question. They said, does posting in the community page affect the algorithm for your videos? It doesn't affect it negatively unless you post negative, horrible things that don't relate to your content. All it can really do is help it if you're making posts that relate to the content that you're making. Like when I was really like talking about affordable homes, like tiny homes, I was posting about tiny homes. And then I got more into the affordability thing. So then I started asking questions of the audience, of any audience, because it isn't just to your subscribers. It's sometimes those posts end up in people's feed that have no idea who you are. And they're like, oh, and they just answer the post. Well, once they answer that post, most likely a video of yours will end up on their front page. So just go ahead and make those posts. It's so easy to do. It can't hurt it unless you make bad choices in your posting. I mean, and like bad choices meaning talking about yourself like, oh, I just sold another house. Yeah. Don't do that. Please don't post that.
Yeah.
Ask some legitimate questions like, what do you think the median price of a home is right now? And or how many days on the market do you think a house stays up in Dallas, Texas right now? Like ask those poll questions where they have to interact because they love that. People love to hear they love to express their opinion, and they like a question where they have to guess the answer.
Right. And the best part is that it's about them, and that's what people like. They don't like to be told. Or to listen to someone say how great they are. You know how you check out when someone is like comes in and just starts talking about them the whole time and you never get a word in. We all have friends like that, right? But it's like, oh, I don't really want to talk to that person.
So what she was looking for is Rebecca was wanting to look at us to look at her shorts.
Okay.
So with her shorts, I mean, there's not a thing wrong with them. The thumbnails are perfect. Again, but it's a content strategy thing.
It's more of what are you like, who's your niche, who are you talking to, and then your shorts need to coincide with that as well. And I think that's you can have the graphics, you can have all that stuff, or you can have nothing. It's really more about like the content and who the viewer is. And it's all about YouTube putting that out to the right people. And shorts, I'm not really sure on this, and maybe on this, Christina, but like as far as like the algorithm goes on these shorts, I'm not really necessarily sure it's a great idea to be pushing shorts when you have a dialed in channel and then you're testing shorts. Like, to me, it seems like, at least from the research that I've done, they're still changing how shorts are delivered and what they're doing with them. Like all of that.
There is a way to excuse me, I'm sorry. There is a way to release shorts in a way that will not affect your channel negatively. And we talk about that in the course. So
yeah.
If you want to know more about that, join the course. That is behind a paywall information.
I would say though, if you are
Mhm.
doing the stuff for the ones that are listening, I personally like I would focus on your long form content
Mhm.
and get that dialed in.
Yep. The one thing I will say here though is watch the full video to see the pool. You know why they
Yeah.
didn't watch the full
If
video? Is because you didn't show the pool. I would
yeah.
have had a picture of the pool.
Yeah, and if you are going
It's
to
cute,
to
don't be
loop
right.
it from a short to your longer form, then that's okay to do. But like
Mhm.
ultimately, you want like I know shorts are a lot easier to make and all that, but at this point, like a lot of people are there to like on YouTube, they're trying to learn, and so it's something that you have to explain in longer than 60 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, I think actually like her newer thumbnails much better than her older ones on her shorts.
Yeah, they're just simple.
Yep. Yep. Oh, and look, they're even doing better.
Yeah, yeah, people like them better too because they're
They
simple.
hate words on shorts. Yep. Yep. Yeah, but these are good. I never would do a part 1 and part 2, by the way.
Yeah, if someone gets on part 2, they're like, yeah, just
Mhm.
well,
Thanks,
we
guys.
at
Oh,
least
she did a little laughy thing. Sorry. I had to put my foot down some things, you know? Can't give it all
yeah,
away. What do they say like why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? That's
right,
what they say, right?
yeah.
I think they're referring to something else, but all the same, I'm not going to give out all my information.
That being said, the really good stuff's in the course.
That being said, the good stuff's in the course. So, all right, everybody, we're rounding out the hour. And if you need any more from us or you want to learn some more from us, you can always go to our website at realestatevideogeeks.com. Joe and I are there. And we have a
Yep.
course for you, and we're really more than willing to help you at any time. So now's the time. If you're thinking about it, you're doing your marketing plans. Everybody's doing them right now. You're setting your goals for 2024. And right now, it should be amping up your content. If you don't sign up with me, at least start really researching and starting to put out more content so you can be ready for the next crazy real estate market because, we all been living in unprecedented times. So
Yeah,
it's going to be another one for 2024. So
very well could be.
bye, everybody. Be good.
Yes.
Stay out of trouble. Like we should end with some music like we did
Oh,
last
yeah,
time.
yeah. I mean, like except for my mic, I'm still mad about that. I don't know what.
Oh, this is kind of like dreamy. It's dreamy. Let's see if there's a beat that drops. Eddie always picks this music out. No, there's no beat. It's just very dreamy.
I don't. Yeah, this. I'm gonna fall asleep unless you
All right,
keep going.
maybe we should do this one.
That's better.
All right, everybody, be good. Party on.
See ya.